Dodgers are in
I
town.
pledge
tonight.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone to the Morgan Township Trustee meeting, July 28th, 2025, 7 p.m. Call the meeting to order. Can I get a roll call?
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Okay, I did not change this. The budget meeting.
No,
Okay,
we already
so
did that.
scratch that.
Yes.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for July 14th, 2025.
Second?
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
I'll abstain, I wasn't here.
Okay.
That's right.
Approved, motion approved.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the warrants?
I'll make a motion to approve the warrants for Morgan Township dated 7/15/2025 through 7/28/2025. Payment number 614-2025 through payment 654-2025. Warrant 13252 through 13262 for a total of $63,880.11.
Second.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, we'll move to Chief Minery for the fire department.
Thank you, sir. Before I start with some of my items, if you don't mind, I'd like to invite Captain Jan up here to discuss the Fall Fire Department Open House.
All right, can you make sure that mic's on? Is the green light on?
Green light's on. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Get a little closer.
Here, I'll hold it that way.
I don't think it's working.
What's on? Good.
Batteries are dead. Hold on. Let me get you another one. There you go.
We just
I'll
get you
change the
another
batteries
one
as well. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Captain Jan over at the Morgan Township Fire Department. I wanted to come over this evening to discuss our upcoming open house that is scheduled for September 20th, 2025 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our Station 141 at 5654 Cincinnati Brookville Road. I am coming over on behalf of the department to ask for assistance in funding our open house as we have in the past. And if you guys have any questions for me,
What date
I'll
was
try
that?
to answer. It is September 20th, 2025 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I can bring over more sheets. I actually forgot my stack. So,
Just for reference, last year we donated, or contributed, I should say, $2,500 for this event.
How much are you looking at additional events or additional requirements or less requirements or anything changing from last year?
I think at this time, we're kind of staying with that same budget, hopes and goals. We're going to kind of keep it the same as we did last year. With maybe some different things, but I don't think the budget is going to go
Okay.
over that.
You want to talk a little bit about how that money is spent?
So that money goes into getting supplies needed for the event. We offer free hot dogs, pop, chips. Last year we did a snow cone machine. We're actually going to buy one as an association this year. So that added supplies for that, syrups, ice, cups, straws, all the et cetera kind of stuff for that. We actually had one of our members bring in a popcorn maker last year. So he brought it in, supplied the popcorn maker, and then we bought all the supplies for the event.
Do you know one thing, I know we've thrown this around before, but do you want to reach out and see if we can get a food truck coming in here? And I know, I think the way they arrange that is we participate in part of the profit that they earn. So that would be an income back to the township. And I know there's guys out there with food trucks that would stand up and say, yeah, well, we'd like to come out.
The only thing is, this has always been, we're giving back to the community. Unless we pay for the food truck, we don't really want the people to come up here and have to put money out.
Okay,
So
it's just, I just
And we've
throwing it out
tossed
because.
that around a few times, and that was one of our
Okay.
biggest challenges of like, well, we want to invite people, but then we're going to make them pay for it, and you know, it's going to be a lot more than our usual food spread over
No,
there.
well, I wouldn't pull back on anything that we provide for, for free, the food or anything else. But there's some things that we can't provide, like soft serve ice cream or
Yeah.
anything like that. And sometimes that's a pretty nice little add-on to the day.
Yeah, I know that the snow cone maker was a popular hit last year. We actually borrowed that from the City of Oxford Fire Department, and we said, man, if this works out, then we might just purchase it, and that way we have it for years to come, and anything, other kind of events that we might need it for. And the cost is pretty minimal with these syrups. You can get on Amazon for a pretty decent price. And we got, I think, the cups from Sam's Club. So, I mean, we're not buying the snow cone cups. We're saving some money there.
Gotcha.
So we're trying to keep it cost effective.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it if you want to put it to a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that Morgan Township trustees will contribute $2,500 toward the open house.
And I will second.
Second?
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Captain. Just want to give you guys some more updates. We've been doing a great job.
Hey, Chief? Hold
Yes,
on,
sir.
Hold on just a second.
Go ahead.
Did you want to?
Brad Updike, 1690 Jenkins Road.
Turn it back.
Yes, sir. Brad Updike, Morgan Township, 1690 Jenkins Road. Here's your $100 for contribution to that. And I'll make one suggestion. Since they have the snow cone, why don't you think about buying another one, and you guys can trade back and forth when you have events. That way you have two things. Something to think about, Bill. That way
Okay.
you can work with other fire departments.
All right, thank you. Chief?
Excellent idea. We'll take that under consideration. Appreciate it. We've been very diligent, and when I first came into this position, one of the things that I wanted to do with being the chief out here was to try to obtain grants, maximize the different types of revenues that we can bring to offset the cost. Captain Jan has been my point man on that. You've seen how successful we've been. I think to date, it's been about $68,000 worth of grants for this year. And some of the grants that we've not received, but we submitted recently, Captain Jan has submitted the grant for Michael J. Colligan Fund for replacement headlights on engine 141 in the amount of $1,585. He's also submitted another grant to the Hanover Life Squad in the amount of $1,050 for right-angled flashlights for the engine tanker and battalion. We actually received that last week, but I don't believe we've gotten the check yet, but we've received notification that we were awarded that. We submitted a grant to Rumpke Inc. for a Milwaukee pack-out storage solutions for engine 141's new toolkit in the amount of $677.88. They gave us $750, more than we asked for. We submitted a grant to Enbridge for our MSA G1 rechargeable SCBA batteries in the amount of $5,490. Captain Jan also submitted a grant to CSX Railroad for new rope equipment, some of our UTV accessories, and an auto crib system in the amount of $16,901.02. So we've been doing very well with staying on top of grant opportunities, and Captain Jan and his crew has been helping out a tremendous amount with that. The only thing, I have two things that I need. I need a motion to hire Charles Smith as a part-time firefighter paramedic at a rate of $22.50 effective August 3rd, 2025.
Where's he coming from?
So Charles worked for us before he was hired full-time at Oxford, and he had to take a leave of absence and stop working for us while he became established there and went through paramedic school. He's established there. He's a paramedic now, and he really enjoyed his time here, and he wants to come back.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And then the only other thing that I have is a request for a now and then PO to the National Hose Testing Specialties, Inc. in the amount of $3,270.80 from Fund 2111 for our yearly hose testing services.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And that is all I have, unless you have questions for me.
No?
Thanks, Chief.
All right, we'll move on to the community park update. Darren?
The playground subgrade has been completed. The playground equipment install began today. They didn't get a whole lot done because of the wet conditions. And we got the okay from the family of Ian Quadnot, the young man, young boy that drowned in the swimming pool, to plant a tree in his memory, and that tree is gonna be purchased through the fire association. So we're gonna put that out in the park somewhere. I'm working with the family to figure out where they want that. But that's all I got, unless you got some questions.
That's gonna be a big plus up at the firehouse open house this
Yeah.
year, so that,
Yeah.
I think everybody's looking forward to
Hopefully we can have
that.
it in by then, because Bill doesn't wanna install any trees when it's this hot out. So hopefully things will cool down and we can get it planted.
No, I'm thinking the playground.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if it'll be done by then, but, it might be. They told Mark they're gonna be installing the equipment for at least 3 weeks. And then after that, it's,
Weather dependent,
Yeah.
yes.
weather
All
dependent.
right.
And then it's probably a week to get the turf in. I mean, we can open it without the fence, but then the fence would be the next thing, and we still got a little bit of a walkway to pour, that will determine when that goes in,
Okay,
once everything's in place, so. It'll be close to September 20th, but it might not be. But
least
it'll be
we
a
get-
lot closer than it was
yeah,
last
well,
year.
at least we got a target.
Right.
Yeah, we know what we're working towards.
This weather's killing us. I mean,
All right,
they were supposed to start last week, and they couldn't finish up what they were on, so now they're starting this week, so.
All right, thanks, Darren.
All right, anything else for Darren? All right, we'll move to Mark, Road Department.
Yes, I sent the 2026 paving and retrace estimates to the Butler County Engineer's Office. I gave you a copy of the roads we put in for estimates. I do need a PO to North Coast Products for $4,812 for 1,500 gallons of emulsion that we use in our Durapatcher to patch roads.
Just where we always purchase it from? I thought so, okay. So moved.
Second?
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
We have a driveway pipe to put in this week on Bell Road. The homeowner buys the pipe and all the gravel, and we put it in for them. We do have a culvert on Howard's Creek Road that needs replaced. The Butler County engineers are working on designing it for us to see what size to go with. Right now it has a corrugated metal squash pipe, and they're gonna see if we can go to a plastic pipe. So they have to do a study and make sure the size will work for it. And then I'm still working on the salt truck quotes. They're still coming in. We changed a few things around, just waiting on them. That's all I got.
Okay. Anything from Mark?
I didn't get a chance to, I went up to the engineer's office, but I didn't get a chance to see Greg. And can you say something to him right in?
I did call
Oh, did you?
one of the guys in operations. They're gonna look at it
Okay.
on the culvert on Lehigh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
okay,
Yep,
great.
they're looking
great.
at it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Mark, while we're talking culverts and stuff like that, I want to talk about Clear Creek for a second. Mike Hudley was here last week. Well, you were here, or 2 weeks ago when we had the meeting, yeah. So I went up and took a look at it, and Tom's been working on it with the county. And it looks like, it doesn't look like it's a flow through the culvert pipes that did his driveway in. Did you see his driveway by chance?
I've seen pictures.
Okay, because he said that water is coming across the road onto his driveway, and just like, it looks like it bombed it. So the only thing that we've come up with that could be a factor in this, because the county has done the shed evaluation and the engineering data and analysis on the rain flow. And I think it was June 15th when we had that heavy rain. And I think there was like 4 or 5 inches in an hour. And that's almost historic. But that being said, since that water came across the road and didn't come down through his ditch in his front yard, there's a possibility that maybe there's a culvert obstruction somewhere. And I'm not too familiar with that. So is there a chance I might be able to get with you in the next day or two, and we'll walk up that and just take a look at those culverts and see if there's any kind of a problem. Because then I'll get back to Mike, because he's wanting to repair that driveway, and he doesn't want to repair the driveway without a good second look at the problem, because he's going to lose his driveway again if he can't figure it out. So.
So
Just
there's two streams that come through. There's a stream that comes down Lehigh Road and goes underneath Lehigh.
Yeah.
Then there's a stream that comes down like through Morseys underneath Chapel Road. So there's like two streams meet there, then they hit that culvert.
Yeah, I figured you'd be the guy. So
Yeah.
let me know when you
Something.
got like a couple hours, and we'll go do that, will you?
For sure.
Okay,
The
thanks.
county's stance was it's, on private property, is his driveway entrance. And they engineered everything for the culvert boxes that are up at Lehigh and Chapel. That, everything was engineered, and he said that should have, talking to Scott Preston, that should have slowed things down, because now there's basically a retention area in that catch basin there, So, but he said, like Jeff mentioned, you get 4.5, 5 inches of rain in an hour, there's nowhere for the water to go. His other take was coming under Clear Creek's about a 6-foot culvert pipe, and it throttles down to about a 18 to 2-foot culvert pipe going under his driveway. That's a bottleneck. Now, does he need to go with a 6-foot under his driveway? I can't. I'm not an engineer, and Scott said that's not for us to decide either, but that's something to look at. So I think the water on the road probably came out of the ditch, going from the 6-foot going to his driveway, because it was throttled down. It came up and it was over the driveway, over the road. But without witnessing it, who's to say? But that much rain, the county just said that, like Jeff said, it's unprecedented. It's just, yeah. So I know Mr. Hundley wants some kind of assurance that if he puts $150,000 in putting a new culvert and redoing his driveway and everything the way it was, that it's not going to do it again. I don't know that anybody's going to give him that guarantee. With another episode like that, 4.5, 5 inches of rain, who knows what could happen. So anyway, all right, moving on. We'll move to zoning.
Yep.
Dale?
Okay, very first off, certificates, see the Excel spreadsheet. There's only been 3 in the month of July, and they were for all in-ground pools. The heat has brought out the in-ground pool builders, okay? You also have a revenue summary there. I noticed, did the total print at the bottom? Because if it didn't, it's $6,290. I did present this at the meeting that Tom missed last month, so you may have a copy left over somewhere
Okay.
to understand it. Okay, and everything else. If you have any questions on this, and everything, this is through second quarter, ending June 30th. Everything too. According to my numbers, I balanced. I haven't checked that against what Tina may have, but I balanced my numbers anyway. I'd like to move on to the zoning commission. Again, we held a special meeting on the 9th concerning shared driveways. They passed the resolution to have the shared driveway be a conditional use and have ingress and egress for no more than 2 parcels. However, I've had to table the approval by the trustees due to, one, I haven't announced the meeting, and it has to be publicly announced 10 days before the meeting. And 2, secondly, I have not written the resolution that you guys have, which is the whereas the zoning commission did this, whereas, and everything else. I don't have that written, so I'm asking that we table it till your first August meeting.
Okay.
That'd be okay?
Yeah.
All right. The BCA letters to the neighbors in standing were sent, and the legal advertisements were published on Friday, one on the web and the other one into Facebook, which is now the new way we can do all of those. I hope you have seen it. The one on the web is like huge. Can't miss it. It's on the very first page. That meeting is Thursday, this Thursday, July 31st at 7 p.m. here in the administration building. It is hopefully the last meeting or hearing we will have for the whites. And they're asking for a variance, an area variance, and we hopefully will be able to do that. Along with that, I need to set a date for the interviews, or we just accept the applications as they are. It would be depending on you. The applications have been sent to you, both email, and I believe I put them in last month's, the last meeting's folder for you. If you would like to set a date to interview them, please do so now, okay? If not, they're only going to be alternates at this point in time. I think they're very strong candidates. One of them works for Bedrock Engineering, I believe that's what it's called. And then one of them is a resident. She is a resident here in the township, and she's in the room right now. Okay?
You? It'd be a conflict having your wife on there.
No, my wife, yeah, sure. It'd be a conflict of interest. I wouldn't do that one, no.
So is it your goal to have the two new people seated before this hearing?
It is, if I could. If not, we still have 5, leaving the
Are
one
we
in place.
leaving Mr. Gaines
In
in?
place if we do that, yes.
I'd make a motion to just hire both candidates that applied,
Thank you.
effective immediately.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll second.
okay, all right. The candidates, I forget his last name.
Well, if you can contact them and
I
then
can
have them here
contact them.
for Thursday.
Well, one of them will understand, and I'd already contacted them to attend the Thursday meeting anyway.
Okay.
But they will be alternates, and as long as we leave it as it is, and then further decision or whatever we make around Mr. Gaines's
Okay.
issue, okay?
All right.
Okay,
So
thank
we
you
got,
for that
hold
one.
it, we got
Got
a
to move it.
motion and a
Vote it.
second. Roll call.
Yes. Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
I've had a very interesting last week and a very interesting start of this week. Last week I was dealing with, Lehigh Mobile Home Estates, and everything else that is gone. I've gotten all the pictures. There are, as I will talk later about that, but there are a good number of homes over there that are in bad shape. But I'd like to talk first about that I got, I think it was last Friday, got an email and a telephone call from a gentleman who represents, let's see, what does he work for? I forgot what it did. Okay. His name is Joe Heidi. He works for Kimley Horn out of Akron, Ohio. He, in turn, represents a group called Harmony Towers. They are a wireless carrier builder of towers. There is in the works to build a new cell tower on Chapel Road at the address of 1300 Chapel Road, okay? Now, I realize that's not too far away from the Lears Tower, the one on Chapel Road, but apparently that's not a thing that's going to hinder. That can be fairly close together and everything else. But as I've stated, and as he stated in a letter to me, Josh from Kimberly, he said that I'm working on behalf of Harmony Towers, a tower owner rather than a wireless carrier, and that information is to be determined on what they choose to do with it. As far as the trustees' monthly meeting goes, feel free to share my information with them, but since Harmony is not ready to begin the application and construction process, it likely won't be another month or two until they are in contact with the township. But I'm just giving you forewarning, okay, just like I've done with solar energy or anything else.
So the property, 1300 Chapel Road, how many acres is it? I mean, is there
Well,
an
my
amount?
understanding that this is, I don't want to give the gentleman's name,
Right, I
but there's
understand.
90 acres around there somewhere because it is a farm.
Okay.
It's the
all
very
right,
last house before you get to Hamilton Scipio,
Okay.
okay?
Kenny?
Yes, yes, Daryl.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Is there any restriction on how high of a tower that you can build here?
The state has that restriction more so now, okay? But we do have that it has to be taller, it has to also be able to drop its shadow length, okay, if it were to come down, and everything else. I am in the process of studying what we have in Chapter 18 concerning telecommunications and
Sounds
stuff
good.
like
All
that.
right.
So it's gonna take me a while on that one. But I just wanted to share it with you because I didn't want to be blindsided myself either and say, oh, look, we're getting a new tower. No, it's gonna take a while, but we'll just be aware of it, okay?
Mark had a good idea. Maybe tell him about the one on George Road that's just abandoned.
That one is going to be, believe it or not, is going to be reestablished by T-Mobile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my understanding is, that one I forgot about, that one, but it's already a standing and T-Mobile has been looking into it. I've had a couple of inquiries as to what they would have to do in terms of certification and our permissions and from us and everything else too, okay? But it's kind of nice that it would be used. Again, it has been defunct and everything else, but I believe T-Mobile is looking into that one very, very heavily. Also, I've had several inquiries concerning fences. One is for an 8-foot privacy fence, and the second one is due for ownership. The 8-foot fence, I'm not worried about. We have done that in the past. It's precedent. But the only ruling is that if it's over 6 feet, the Butler County needs permit to give a building permit for it too as well. So I'll be working with that. That is on Kenneth Court, okay? And it's neighbor to neighbor type of thing, all right? The other one I got this morning in a voicemail is on Okeana-Druidsburg. And the lady calls and said, I need to talk about fences. And I said, okay, what's happened? She says, well, we got our neighbor behind us. I said, okay, your neighbor behind us. He says, well, we have cattle out on this one part of their field. Now, there's a 31-acre plot of land that I can figure out on. And they said that on about 17 acres of that, they have fenced in enough for their cattle to roam on it. And the gentleman is very upset and told them to get rid of the cattle or he'd tear the fence down. The wars I get, okay? And my advice to the lady, I said, before you go and do a survey or anything else like that, tell me what side of the fence the posts are on, okay? Because that just establishes ownership to a certain extent,
Okay.
all right? And I said, so if they're on your side, you own it, and we'll leave it at that, for what I said anyway, and everything else too, because he has no right, he would have no right to tear it down, okay? He simply wouldn't. I said, but if you feel, if he starts to tear it down, then of course you can take action. If it's on the other side, then it's his fence, he could tear it down, so you would be putting up a new fence.
Did she say who installed it?
No, but I think it was there long before this,
Okay.
long before the neighbor moved in, all right? I don't think the neighbor has been here long enough, okay, that he moved in somewhere behind. I don't know all of that. I have been working also, since Darren has been away, on zoning violations, and the biggest one that I have is, I'm still working on is Lehigh Estates, as I told you. Steve Wagner, Assistant DA, and I did a tour of the park, and there are 9 empty mobile homes, and each of them are uninhabitable. Stephen is working on a strategy for us to get them removed. Also, there are 6 vehicles that are inoperable, which we will be looking at to remove too. Okay, we're going to hope to work with the owner of the mobile home park. I'll leave everybody knows who it is, but I'll leave the name out, and everything else to see what we can do to help him in some form or fashion. But I doubt there would be very limited pieces. Daryl?
Yeah, I got a question, and I've been wondering, I've crossed past it all the time. What is the rules on the trailer park? I know if an individual has a trailer on their property, and it's not in the trailer park, once they take it off, and it's or abandoned or whatever, you got 2 years to replace it, right? Does that still work with the park, or do they have?
No, the park is totally different.
Yeah,
I
that's what I figured.
mean, because you're working with little plats of land.
Yeah.
Okay, and each of those mobile homes have title, as you know.
Yeah.
Okay, just like any mobile home, just like your house having title too. So it's like, you know, and everything else too. But and everything else. 9 out of 8. Or is it, no, was it 7?
Said there's 9.
There's 9, and 7
of the 9
those
belong to him.
to the owner of, or at least are being listed at the auditors as being, him being the owner of 7 out of the 9.
Okay.
Okay, which is why we're working with him to work with it. The other 2 owners would be contacted by us, okay, and everything too.
Okay.
Delving pretty deep into that, and
How are
everything
those
else too.
roads up there? Are
But
those
we'll get to
township
know more
roads,
as
or
I
plows
know
that?
more
Is that
too.
private?
Okay, it's not, and this all started over a gentleman calling or speaking to Deputy Rhodes about a foul odor coming out of one of the trailer next door to him. Darren and I both happened to be we drove on a Friday when he came in briefly, and we drove over there. We did not smell any odor from this particular one, and everything else, but it is abandoned. It is in bad shape as well. And I hope can show you something next meeting. I'll show you exactly what we're talking about, okay? When I get that put together in a presentation. Anything else for me?
No, I
Okay.
don't think so.
Thanks, Dale.
Thanks, Dale. Darren, you have anything on?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, moving
Nothing
on.
new.
Do what?
Nothing new.
Okay. Moving on to fiscal officer, Dina?
Okay. I'm requesting a motion to approve a PO to Perry and Associates CPAs in the amount of $6,000 from Fund 1000 to pay for auditing services for the 2023-24 audit.
So moved.
Just a question, do we typically pay to be audited? We pay, our funding is designed to reimburse that expense to the auditor.
Yeah, we have to pay
Okay.
for it no matter who does it.
Okay. Second.
Okay, Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Kolb?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved. The only other thing, I'm requesting executive session for item number 6 on our list, security matters, which is a public body may adjourn into executive session to discuss details of security arrangements and emergency response protocols for a public body or public office. If the closure of the matters discussed could reasonably be expected to jeopardize the security of the public body or public office.
Okay, we'll get there when we get there.
Sure.
All right. Daryl, do you have anything?
No.
And the only thing I have,
You already
Oh,
talked.
well,
no, go ahead.
Wait a minute, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the other thing I just wanted to say that I did attend the Butler County Fair for the Township Association. Wednesday night was our night, and I attended and they manned the booth for the township on Wednesday night. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
And we
And the
were,
only,
go ahead, and we were browbeat, Jeff and I, for leaving him hang.
Thank you.
We'll make it up next
I
year.
don't, I don't
Make it up
blame
next year,
him,
Dale.
I don't blame him having been over there once myself. Jeez.
Since the chief barely made it, I don't think we could have made it.
Yeah,
Okay, so the only thing I have is we had the Butler County Trustee Association golf outing this past week, and we grossed approximately $18,000, and that goes to support the 4-H kids that are going for scholarships. They go to Washington, and it's just a pleasure to see those 4-H kids. And Mark knows what I'm talking about. Your fantastic daughter was out there, and she just lights up the whole place. So thank you for letting her be part of all that. But that's all I got.
Okay. I have nothing. Anybody in the audience have anything? Connie, congratulations on your appointment to the BZA.
Here, here.
All right, we'll go into executive session for security matters at 7:36. Can I get a second?
Second?
Mr. Bruffer?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
All right, we are adjourned.
kitchen stuff, if you want anything, that's where you find it.
Right.
That's where we bought our, gas stove, which they don't have anymore, but the only thing electronic is a 9-volt battery that lights the fire.
They've
We're having no problem.
expanded that place just like in the 2 years that I've been going, you know, it's expanded now, it's got even more. It's, I mean, it's huge, you can just, you can walk
Oh,
all day long and not see it all, if you really were looking at everything.
you want something, they've got, especially all the older type cooking
Yeah.
things. You wanna make candles, you wanna make silver, you wanna make, thank you. Yeah, you could even get with Westchester, or not West, is it Westchester? No, Parent Oxford, you said you borrowed that other one?
Yeah.
You guys come up with 2 things you wanted, and you guys traded back and forth. I mean, that's the only option I'm thinking, then you could get
6 years of,
more, you know, if you needed, they wanted a popcorn, you guys wanted a popcorn, then you got a popcorn and this. You let them borrow that, and you borrow this, and
Luckily, we were able to borrow that one last year.
yeah, you could ask them if they were interested in some kind of deal like that, and you guys get one, and they, and you can share. How often are you gonna use it? Once or twice a year? If you
right, we'll come back out of executive session. I'll make a motion to reconvene at 7:51.
Second.
Mr. Brooker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yeah.
All right, if nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay,
And I'll second.
Mr. Hubbs?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
yes. We are adjourned at 7:52. Thank you.